Every now and then you buy a 4K Blu-ray, you pick it up because it's out, and you have low expectations. You have for various reasons, right? You just do. You're going into it and you're thinking, man, I bought this. You're not so sure of yourself. You're like, gosh, I debated on picking this versus something else up. That's how I felt about 21 and 22 Jump Street. That is no knock to these movies. I've always enjoyed these movies. I've always thought they were really funny. It's just, I didn't think that you would see much of an upgrade here in 4K. I thought, these are probably 2K. These were probably shot in digital, so they're going to be 4K upscales. They're not going to be, you're not getting native 4K. You're getting upscales. So this is just going to look samey as the Blu-ray, and I'm not going to get too much of an upgrade. But I was wrong. I was so wrong. This is my MVP of the week. This is a fantastic collection. Should you buy this? You should definitely buy this, and I'm going to tell you why in 5 minutes or less. So let's start with 21 Jump Street. I'll hit a little bit of both because 22 Jump Street is the real main player here. That's the real MVP. 21 Jump Street, you don't get too much of a difference from the Blu-ray. So if you own the Blu-ray of 21 Jump Street, you're going to get a little bit more definition, and the colors are going to look a lot better because of HDR. Thanks, HDR, it always saves the day. Even if a transfer doesn't look much different than what's on the Blu-ray, you can usually count on HDR to make it worth a purchase. And in this case, absolutely. HDR brings out a lot of the colors in 21 Jump Street, makes them look more bright, makes them look more, they just stand out a lot more, right? You get healthier flesh tones. But really, really, really what makes this better, what makes 21 Jump Street better than the Blu-ray is the Atmos track. The Atmos track is fantastic with this. Now, especially in the action scenes. And this movie has a few of those, right? And it really, really stands out, that Atmos track. If you have an Atmos setup, you're going to really enjoy 21 Jump Street, and you're going to enjoy 22 Jump Street even more. So I'll say this, for 21 Jump Street, if it were just 21 Jump Street by itself, and you can buy it by itself, I would say you should still upgrade because the Atmos track, I think, is worth buying a new release. That's my opinion, but that's what I would go with. This 2-pack, however, 22 Jump Street was, first of all, in terms of the film itself, it's similar to 21 Jump Street, but it tells enough of a different story that it makes it hilarious. Both of these films are hilarious. They really are. I mean, even going back and watching them now, they're a little more controversial now. Like, you're watching this, you're like, ooh, I don't think that movie would have got made in 2020. But it's so funny. It's so refreshing to me to go back to when comedy could just be comedy and we weren't nitpicky with things. And this movie was really, really funny. But so was 21 Jump Street. So you don't lose anything with 22 Jump Street in terms of the comedic value. I found myself laughing out loud watching both of these films. But 22 Jump Street, I want to say this, the details are such a step above the Blu-ray. If you go back and watch the Blu-ray, I feel like the Blu-ray was a terrible transfer from what we saw in the movie theaters. It just looks so much better in movie theaters. This 4K brings you back to that, man. The details are so much more vibrant, and the colors, my goodness, on the colors with 22 Jump Street. Just take a look at when they're on the football field and you see that in 4K with HDR. It just looks beautiful. The colors are so vibrant, so in your face, in such a good way. This looks so much better than the Blu-ray, and it even looks so much better than 21 Jump Street. The Atmos track, once again, fantastic. You're going to really feel that in those action scenes. Your subs are going to be hitting, your back channels are going to, your back speakers are going to, your rears are going to be hitting. You're going to get that what Atmos provides, that overhead sound. It really encapsulates you in that little bubble that Atmos promises you, and it hits really, really hard. If you do watch these back to back, I will say you're going to get a little bit of a samey feeling to them, so it is better to take like a day in between them. And also, you don't get a ton of extras. I don't think there's anything new extra-wise on 21. On 22, you get a few extra featurettes, I think. But in all honesty, because 4K does such a because this release, these are two really, really good 4K transfers with Dolby Atmos. Should you buy this? Absolutely, you should buy this. This is the main event of my week, and 22 Jump Street is up there in contention for one of the better looking films of the year. I'll say that. One of the better releases of the year. So, should you pick these up? Absolutely. And get the 2-pack, because this Steelbook looks fantastic. I know my camera's a little washed out right now for some reason. That's the lighting in this room. But the artwork on this thing is just freaking awesome, man. So that's 21 and 22 Jump Street.